Yo, what's going on, guys? We're back. It's almost Madden season, boys. August 16th, the game is coming out. I wanted to use this time. I figured it'd be the perfect time to go over my top 5 reasons why I'm super excited about Madden 23. Let's jump into it. Now, I've been playing Madden for years, and after playing the beta and seeing and feeling what the game actually feels like, my number one reason why I am most excited about Madden 23 this year is field sense. Now, in years past, they tried to, I guess, market it as real player motion, but this year they called it field sense. And that was the first thing that I noticed when playing the beta, was the way that the players interacted with the field, with other teammates, and of course, your opponent. If it's just defensive and offensive line interaction, running back interactions, your wide receivers, your DBs, how the players move and feel on the field really feels like they finally got real player motion to an enjoyable part. That was the biggest thing and the first thing that I noticed when I started playing the beta. People made better cuts. They weren't super fast like back in the day, but it definitely feels like a more responsive feel of the game while you're playing. What you actually see with your halfback going out on a pass from the backfield, if he maybe gets bumped by a lineman, you can actually see the interaction and it doesn't throw off your timing. So many times in years past, you would do crossing routes, Texas routes, flat routes, and your guy would get bumped, which would throw the timing off. It would look weird, the camera would be weird, and would just feel clunky. This year, I feel like field sense is going to make a big improvement to just how the overall game feels, which made the beta extremely enjoyable to me. So that is why field sense, number one, overall feel of the gameplay. And then I feel that is the biggest point right now that we need within Madden, is the improvement of gameplay, especially on next gen. With how clunky the game was feeling in years past, I feel like this is going to be the biggest takeaway of bringing fun factor and smoothness to the game. Field sense, I feel like, is going to be a dub as long as they keep everything the same. Obviously, when the game and players get higher overalls, things are going to change, but I feel like even in the beta, lower overalls, lower speeds, people felt really good and the game felt smooth. Number 2. The number 2 reason that I'm excited about Madden 23 is kind of like the revamp of objectives, missions, and how they're basically doing the entire season and goals this year. They are removing Mutt Master from the game. They did tell us that, but they are adding multiple field pass. And the best way to think about that is like a battle pass. We did hear some stuff from RG on the EA stream the other day to kind of give us an idea, but I wanted to jump on Fortnite to kind of give you an example of what I feel like this is going to be like. There is going to be multiple field passes. So there's gonna be head-to-head field passes, program field passes. There might just be like solo battles or like just solos or challenge field passes. There's going to be multiple different field passes. And the best way that I thought about it was like how they do the battle pass in Fortnite. So you have your main season battle pass here. Obviously, you can go through here unlocking different stuff. There can be all kinds of different rewards, training, coins. If the packs are really good, free real packs in the battle pass, I think could be good. But then obviously, just like with Fortnite or any other thing like Warzone, the higher you get down, the further you get into the battle pass or field pass. We want good rewards. These cards, these good skins that you would get in Fortnite or Call of Duty and that kind of stuff. We need high quality, good cards in these field passes. These rewards are close to top tier rewards. So at the beginning of the year, you know, 88s, 89s, that kind of caliber, maybe 87 to like kind of fit into some of the stuff. I feel like that is going to make these field passes very good. Now, it's not just going to be the one main field pass, just like Fortnite, where they have these other objectives, different things that you can do. They did also show us online, or also on the stream the other day. Let me show you. This is an example of the Headliners Field Pass, and this is basically going to be a program Field Pass, letting you know that you're going to get 74 plus overall players, coins, season pass XP. So once again, you're playing the Headliners field pass, but earning XP also at the same time. For your season pass, you're going to be able to get players and fantasy packs and all this stuff from the headliner field pass, which is a field pass within a field pass. So like all this stuff at the same time, giving us different things to grind with different objectives, with different goals, and hopefully good rewards, which is definitely going to make this a dub. I think field pass, adding that as a new way to grind, new objectives, new missions, a whole new kind of schedule or path for MUT this year is going to be my number 2 reason why I'm excited for Madden 23. Number 3 most exciting thing about Madden 23 is going to be wide receiver and DB interaction. They added a bunch of stuff to do with wide receiver and DB battles, animations, and all kinds of different things to basically give us more control on the defensive side, help out wide receivers that maybe have huge height advantages over small DBs in years past. You would feel like maybe that some of the, like, they really just should just be sometimes just agging over a small guy. If you're up against someone maybe 5'10", your wide receiver 6'5", it did give you advantages before, but not as many as you would think. And there was plenty of times when you were on defense, you felt like you had position, you would go to jump and you wouldn't get that jump animation. They have fixed a lot of that stuff. They've added 1,000, I think it was over 1,000 new animation between wide receiver and DB battling to once again give you more of a realistic feel and sense of what is going on with the wide receivers and the DBs. So it feels and plays and looks more realistic. One thing that I also really noticed in the beta while I was playing the beta is that the routes that you see, the timing that they're running, what you see on the field kind of just helped you a little bit more. Kind of just seeing helped you if you were good on defense. It helped you if you were good on offense. Passing was hard because defense was better. It was responsive. The DBs could make plays. But once again, as quarterbacks get better, as wide receivers get better, as we start figuring out the metas, there are going to be really good wide receiver DB battles. And this is one of the big things to me that just made the game feel so much more smooth and less frustrating in years past, which made me more excited for Madden 23. Number 4 is going to be the reduction of the power-up system within Madden 23, and I'm here on Madden 22 just to show you. This is what we've been dealing with the last few years, obviously, especially at the beginning of the game. The amount of training that you need to power up your guys, change their theme team, add that boost of speed, get abilities and everything at the beginning of the game is absolutely ridiculous. And most of these cards, now this is probably a bad example because this was a legend and legends still have power-ups. So power-ups aren't officially gone, but most of the power-ups are going to be removed from there. And what I want you to focus on is basically this over here on the left, this path. Most of this stuff is going to be gone. We aren't going to need to power up items at the beginning of the game to change their theme teams, which this is another bad example because Strahan only had one team, but you guys know what I'm saying here. This new system of not having to get the power up card to upgrade and power up every single item, to just change their theme team, add ability buckets. There's going to be special ability buckets in the new Madden 23 that if it's a good player where he maybe gets a special ability at a discounted rate. There's also going to be times where we get that baked on ability and maybe you don't like that ability. We'll be able to change that ability. So the way that they're upgrading cards, the power-up system, theme teams, the way that you change that, the way that you add abilities this year, them removing a lot of that step and a lot of that pointless training and just, you know, once again, just a waste of coins and money is going, I think, to be a huge dub for everyone. Not needing all those extra coins, all that extra money to power it up, get that +1 speed, change that theme team. Theme teams was a huge one for everyone, especially at the beginning. Those ability buckets, the way that you can change all that kind of stuff is going to be a huge big dub for us at the beginning of the game, letting us enjoy the game and giving us an even playing field across everyone. Years past, obviously, I spent a lot of money. You can get the speed boost and get that a little advantage, and it costs a ton of coins and training to get it done. But once again, if everyone now has the same level of competition, same goals that we can get at, but it's just cheaper, less training, less coins, more balance, which is also going to give us more longevity to the game. Not as much speed boost right away, which is going to give us more chances of better upgrades and more cards over the year. No power-ups, well, I should say most power-ups removed out of the game is going to be a huge dub. Number 5. And my fifth and last thing that I'm most excited about with Madden 23, just to see, seems like the overall preparedness. Clint did go out there and put himself out there saying that he feels like this is the most polished Madden game in years. So obviously that is really exciting. You never know exactly what they're going to say. It's not like they're going to come out and say they feel like it's going to be a down year, but him coming out and saying the most polished game in years definitely has me excited, especially with all the other things that I've mentioned. It definitely feels like they found features to design this year based on issues that we had in previous years. Now, everything being polished, MUT being polished, the game being ready, we got that MUT stream early. They showed us a ton of new cards. All these cards and elites and the headliners and the sets are all out there. They have already showed us the top 10 base elite cards in the game. They already gave us the top 10 cards of each position. They showed us quarterbacks. They showed us running backs. They showed us wide receivers. They showed us DBs and linebackers. They showed us headliner cards. They showed us captains. They showed us all that stuff already, letting us know that day one, sets, solos, promos will all be ready to go on the 16th. And it also seems like the first headliner program is going to be a part 2. So maybe the following Friday after, maybe not the first Friday, but maybe that second week, we will maybe get a part 2 to headliners also. So a ton of content, a ton of stuff prepared and ready to go. The removal of the power-ups, the polished game, the smoothness of the game, wide receivers and DB interactions, all that stuff. The field sense is all the reasons why I'm super excited about Madden 23. I feel like in the last few years, with as many years I've been playing Madden, it was just kind of like, oh, here is another game. But I do feel like this year is the most I've been excited about a release or the new game coming out within, I would say, at least a year or two for sure. Definitely way more optimistic. I have confidence in the features and the way that they took the direction of the game this year. And I'm super excited about everything that we get to try out on August 16th, maybe August 15th, if the New Zealand trick does work, man. But greatly do appreciate everyone. If you are going to be getting Madden 23, let me know down in the comments. If you enjoy these videos and you want to see more, make sure you guys turn the bell on, drop a like. Appreciate all the support, boys. I want to get the energy going for Madden 23, boys. I'm excited. Let's get it.